Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuka ama reality shows ethu alla eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu alla eMzansi. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like my content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi and a notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo mangabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. You guys, today we're going to do the full review of Real Housewives of Durban season 3 episode 8. However, I'm doing part 2 of the review, so if you are watching this video, make sure that you first go and watch part 1 of the review. However, this review will also make sense even if you didn't watch part 1 and you watch it later on, okay, because I am discussing different scenes, okay. So you guys, let me start by saying I really feel like this episode Usane was having fun in the diary sessions. She was laughing a lot, she was being funny. I was laughing even though we were dealing with something serious with Jojo and everything. I was laughing a lot when I was listening to her a diary session. So in this scene they've got like the dancers ingoma, guys. Sounds wrong, man. It's the dancers ingoma bazobasinela ingoma and everything. I guess they're trying to make the situation a little bit light. Sorry, I need my glasses, okay. Okay, let me fix this lights here. Okay, you guys, so then question bekumnandi yazi ingoma leyana shem was very entertaining, bekukuhle nje konke. And then not Jojo was not Jojo, Usane was like, this is a really nice ingoma emnandi, but inking ukuthi bazosinela abantu abanamadimoni. Hayi kodwa amadimoni maningi, but amanye amadimoni ahambe no Jojo, okay. So they find out that Jojo has left the trip. Yuan tells them also Jojo has left the trip. Everybody is surprised because how can she leave the trip that she planned? She was the host of the trip. Annie even said because it's rude for her to leave the trip. Anyway, you guys, I think Maria, even though she wanted to say Jojo is wrong, but at the same time, since they are friends, she is trying to defend Jojo, you guys. But everybody is just not having it. Not everybody. I guess it's at the low Sorisha and Annie, they're just not having it. How she behaved was not acceptable. They are not going to accept it. And the fact that she has just left them at the trip, Sorisha even makes an example because her husband would never fetch her like that, because she would be like, you are behaving like a brat, just stay put there and finish whatever the trip that you are on. She says Vivian will not do that. I actually think what Vivian would do, maybe he won't come himself, he would send a driver to come fetch Sorisha. But Sorisha is one of those people that I feel like tries more to be in control of her emotions, even though it's getting heated this season. And also, you guys, I'm kind of, let me say this, okay, Annie might not be my favorite, but I'm kind of very proud of Annie, because you guys, we know the stigma that comes with being colored, and being in these situations, you guys. Because I'm sure that some people are expecting that if anybody is going to be physical with anybody, it's going to be Annie, the colored girl, and she's not doing it, you guys. She might get into the war of words with you, but there's nothing about Annie that is going to show you that she is about to be physical with you. She's not going to stand up, she's not going to stand over you, she's not going to point at you. I am very proud, you guys, that she is representing, okay, because I know that if she did it, it will be like, the colored lady Pela, so I'm very proud of her, and I don't want to lie. And she's getting into it with women, but she is staying put. She's staying there in her seat. She's not indicating in any way that she wants to fight anybody. She's like, I am going to tell you what I think, okay, but that is it, okay. I'm proud of Annie. I don't want to lie, you guys. Anyway, obviously finding out that Jojo hambile, and then ulona Usane is like, hayibo usungazuhambe nje just because kuthiwa kunokutshwala eromini yakho. Basically, guys, that's it, because that's what she's upset ukuthi Annie said kunokutshwala elokhuzeni eromini yakhe, and Sorisha said ukuthi she was drinking at her event. That's all, because it wasn't more serious than that. And the fact that they wouldn't acknowledge the fact that hurt her feelings, that's why she exploded, okay. And after obviously everybody is like sitting there peaceful, but because they couldn't just have it that way, Usane starts talking to Annie. She's trying to address their issue with Annie, because remember she did say that Annie slept her way to the top, and she's trying to explain. Guys, I can't even tell you like step by step what she's saying, because now I was like, Sane, what are you trying to say? At some point everybody is feeling like Sane is talking too long, because she's trying to explain. Because actually I was invited for a sit down with Nonku and Jojo, because Nonku wanted to invite me to an event. Okay, what I'm saying is what Sane was trying to say, but she wasn't able to express it. Okay, so I sit down, they start talking about Annie, they're saying things that are negative about Annie, and then I added something, and then what I added is what they took back to Annie, because they are not now talking about what they were saying, they are talking about what I said. But the reason I was comfortable enough to say what I said is because they were trashing Annie themselves. So I felt like if her friends are trashing her, let me just add one bit of it. This is me trying to explain what Susanna was trying to say, but she's not able to express herself that way, and everybody is trying to get to a point of, did you say Ugutu Annie slept her way to the top? Instead of saying yes, I said it, but maybe it's because I didn't. This is what I could have said if I was saying, listen, I said it, but this was before I got to know Annie, and I'm sorry that I said that. It was just me being gossipy in the moment, and I'm sorry, but she's not able to say that because she does not want to say I said it. She's like, I might have said it, but I didn't mean it that way, whatever. And she's trying to cover a lot of things. Now it gets to a point where Annie, this is what I'm getting from Annie. Annie, of course, is upset with Usane for what she said, but she's more upset with Nonku, not Jojo, because Nonku, not Jojo were supposed to be her friends, okay? So, more so, not Jojo, because she's saying, why would a woman that I don't know be comfortable to say that about me to you guys? What were you saying, about me? Because obviously, if your friend comes and says, the first thing you must ask is that, so when I'm going to 10, that's basically what Annie is saying. The fact that this woman was comfortable to say that about me, Plus, Usane at some point, she said, Jojo is the one that said first to go to Ulona, Annie slept her way to the top, okay? Now Annie believes Jojo who said that. It might be, guys, there's something that we didn't hear in that conversation that we are still going to see. Maybe at the reunion they will play the whole conversation, but from that sit down, Jojo never said that. It was more Nonku complaining about Annie, and Annie looking down on her and all of that, because she wanted her to move from the seat. And then Usane added to say Annie slept her way to the top. Anyway, Annie is not buying the whole thing because Usane was not able to express herself. They just end up just saying, you know what? They didn't say let's let it go, but Annie was like, hi, because the explanation I told. Nana Wotu Annie is not friends with Usane. I guess she's not really looking for peace between them at that moment. Okay. Anyway, so then Sorisha invited Lokuzana Usane later on for another scene. I guess Sorisha is trying to get Usane to understand, because listen, if you really said what they say you said, it's a good idea to say it and maybe just explain yourself. Even in that conversation, Usane is not clear, but at some point she does admit she said the thing about to Annie to Sorisha, okay? But this is what surprised me about this scene, because from all that we know, Sorisha doesn't want anything to do with Sane, okay? She does not want anything to do with Usane. She did not want to shoot with her. She did not want to be in any event where Sane was. Now all of a sudden she is calling Usane for a sit down. It came across fakeish. Something is going on with Sane and Sorisha, you guys. It really is. And in the diary session, when I guess they were asking Usane how she feels about the meeting, she says, I don't know why Sorisha is calling me, because when I wanted to have a conversation with her, she did not want to have a conversation with me. So this scene did not take place when I wanted it to take place. And I suspect after Sorisha's event, Sane wanted to talk to Sorisha, because Sorisha was the one that invited her, maybe to explain herself, maybe to get Sorisha to arrange for her to meet the ladies and apologize, just like Maria did, because Maria ended up being the one that arranges that for Usane. Sorisha was not. So Usane is like, it didn't happen when I wanted it to happen, so I don't know why she's calling me now. Okay, I'm feeling like there's a fake thing coming out, Sorisha. Okay, there's some fakery there, because all of a sudden, and when she gets to that scene, she doesn't say, listen, Sane, let's talk. Okay, number one, let me explain myself. Why every event that you were showing up at, I was leaving. This is how I was feeling. Also, let's talk about, they still need to have a conversation about what happened at Sorisha's event when Usane came for Londiland and goes, how do I invite you to an event and then you show up and do that? What was that about? And also Sorisha must explain herself about, because when they went to Nonku's event, then she left when Usane arrived. None of that is taking place, because now Sorisha is now going back to be that good person that is trying to make peace with everybody. It just all seemed fake to me. Sorisha is coming out as fake right now. For me, you guys, I'm receiving her as fake, because how are you now just suddenly nice to Usane when you didn't want anything to do with her, and you didn't want to be in any space where Usane was, because you don't know this woman, you don't trust this woman, and you don't want anything to do with her, and now you are having a sit down with her, wanting to hear her out, so that you could understand, so that you could understand her, relating to UN, but you're not sorting out your own issues with this woman. I'm like, Sorisha, I like you, but the fakery is too much. Okay, I didn't understand that scene at all, you guys. I didn't. But I guess what came out of that scene was that finally Usane does admit that she said what she said. She's just saying that the interpretation of what she says and the intention of why she said what she said is not what they are saying. Nonku and not Jojo. Okay. Then there was another scene that we could have done without, which was Nonku calling RD, explaining what happened. RD had to know Bashaingo Karate. I'm like, yeah. RD is not doing a good job, like, because I'm waiting for RD to turn out to be a really good guy, that all of these things that have come out about him are not true. The karate thing, I was like, man, how do you advise a woman now to shy about karate? Because you're supposed to calm her down and remind her of who she is, and be a bigger person and all of that. Okay. And guys, he did say that he's going to a site briefing, and I was like, oh, he really works. And I site briefing, I want to buy my tender. When you are about to submit a tender, you go to a site briefing or whatever. Yeah, so guys, yeah, he works at work. He was on his way to work. Okay. I'm just worried about the fact that all of a sudden he's in the same industry as Nonku. I hope he's not now handling Nonku's business. It's his own business, separate from Nonku, Anyway, you guys, he was on his way to work. So this scene, at least, we needed to hear that the man is working and he was on his way to work, okay? Because we love Nonku. We don't want her to be working for this man, okay? So it was just a funny thing saying Nonku must use karate, because apparently he's been teaching Nonku karate. Nonku is like, this is not me. We can fight ngamazi, but physical, no. I like that. I like hearing that. Okay. And then Maria, no, remember they're still in the trip. Beautiful scenery, but they're not enjoying it. They're just fighting. They're just fighting, So they go on a picnic, Maria and Yohan, and they talk about it, talk about the whole thing. There's something about Maria that she is convinced that Nonku is a bad influence on Jojo. And it's hard for me to not think that's because of that thing. If you are friends with a black person, then a black person must be the one that's influencing you in a bad way. When I feel like it's the opposite, now Nonku is the one that is saying F this, F that, which is what Jojo used to say. And I feel like Nonku is the one that is being influenced, because Nonku is not the same now with Jojo around. But Maria is trying to convince everybody that Nonku is bad influence on Jojo. It's not the other way around. Yohan, I like it too. Yohan was very clear in saying no, I don't think that it's that way. I feel like when they are together, I see them as just happy friends. I don't feel like Nonku influences Jojo. But Maria had a bit of a point in saying, but do you remember Nonku arrived with trip late? And before Nonku got here, we were all fine with Jojo. There was no drama and everything. But the minute Nonku arrives, then everything started. Okay, and I was like, she's got a good point. But I don't think that it's because of Nonku, you know, because what is maybe she does have a point, you guys, because Nonku did say she thinks the others don't like Jojo. So when they are having conversations, Nonku and not Jojo, it's possible that maybe Nonku is like, very, they don't like you, because she did say that they don't like her. So then, I mean, because as a friend, then if you are trying to make sure that she gets along with the people, you can say, I don't think it's that way. They do like you. I think it's just a misunderstanding. If you are saying to somebody they don't like you, obviously then now she's going to approach a situation with that you are not helping your friend, basically. So maybe Maria does have a point, but I feel like sometimes I feel like it's the other way around, where I feel like Jojo influences Nonku. Okay, Yuan, it's clear to say no, you know what, I don't feel like it's that way. Also, Maria, apparently she is angry Nonku asked her to do her makeup, you know, and she was upset with, how can you ask me to do your makeup? How can you arrive with a helicopter yet you don't have somebody to do your makeup? Apparently Maria is very good with makeup, okay, and Nonku just thought that she could help her with a makeup, okay. And I don't know, you guys, why are they not traveling with their glam squads, okay? They must ask Erica Jane, okay. Erica Jane used to spend what, $20,000 on glam squad. Anyway, I don't think any of them they're there with their makeup people, with their hair people. Guys, get on, you know, get on with this. This is Real Housewives. You travel with the chef, with the hair person, with the makeup, with the whatever, with the bath person, with the person who's gonna chanel your room, everything. Aren't you rich? Aren't you rich, ladies? Anyway, so Nonku wanted to do her her makeup. How can you figure a helicopter? I sense some jealousy from Maria there. She's still holding on to the helicopter thing, okay? I guess maybe Nonku thought since Maria does makeup well, she can just help her. But makeup was like, I don't like touching people. I don't touch people's faces and all of that. But Nonku didn't know that, you know. Anyway, there was shade to say, how do you arrive with a helicopter but you don't have anybody to do your makeup, okay? Anyway, you guys, and then finally we get the scene between Nonku and Usli. Usli says that she just felt like she owed their friendship, you know, one more conversation, you know, let's sit down and talk about what happened, okay? And I guess Nonku agreed, because now Nonku is in trouble, because from what we've heard and saw, Jojo quit the show because she said, listen, this is not the right place for me. I have to take a step back from this group. I have to take a step back from these women, from these friendships. And when somebody says that on a reality show, they're basically quitting, because if you take a step back from the friendships, it means you're not going to be around anybody. There's not going to be an opportunity for you to shoot with any of these women. So you're basically quitting the show. And I think Nonku soon realized she was really not okay, you guys. She wasn't. She was emotional, okay? It's the first time that we see Nonku showing up for a scene and her hair is not looking like Nonku hair, okay? The edges are always laid. Nonku with the hair, she never showed up looking Mdletshe, but after the Jojo thing, she really was looking like she's going through it. I think she's realizing, you know, my friend is really possibly leaving the show. The only person that possibly has my back here. So what am I going to do? Because I don't think that Nonku would love to leave the show, okay? So they meet together with Usli, and Nonku asks, how did we go, where did we go wrong? Slee tries to say, but my friend, my issue was that you brought me to a group of people, because Nonku was saying, I brought you to this group because I was hoping me, you, Jojo, we can all be friends, and then I can have somebody that has my back, because in this group I've never had anybody that has had my back. And she's right about that, you guys. She's never really had a good friend, Nonku. They did not want to be friends with her. Even Jojo in the beginning did not want to be friends with Nonku, okay, which is what surprised me when they're now like best friends. So you brought me to a group of girls, but you ended up being the one that brought everything that you brought to this group about me was negative. So how were these women going to be my friends then, if you are the one that is bringing all of these negative things about me? Okay, I think honestly, you guys, Nonku is saying she doesn't want to lose Usli as a friend, but when they were having a conversation there with Jojo, and Usli was like she's done with them, she didn't seem bothered. Nonku, she did not seem bothered at all. Okay, now she is bothered because she can see that she might end up not having any friend on this show. Okay, that's why I said in my other video that it is a risk on a reality show when it's an ensemble of cast members and you just make one friend. You know, you need more than one friend, even if the others are just alliances, but you need somebody, you know, more than just one person, because if one person leaves the show, then you are left alone. Okay, she says that she's been feeling lonely and all of that. She felt alone even with last night's issue with Jojo. So they also mentioned the fact that, you know, Nonku used the F word on her and all of that. Nonku does say sorry. Listen, one thing Nonku doesn't have an issue saying is sorry. She will say sorry, okay? But she will say sorry many times, you know. She will say sorry. She says that she's sorry for the F word, and she does want them to work on their friendship and working on getting their trust. Usli in the diary session says that it will take a miracle for her to gain the trust from Nonku, and I understand what she's saying, because she's always going to feel like whatever she says to Nonku, she's going to take it back to the group, and maybe not present it in a positive way. Okay, I'm glad that they're trying to work things out, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. Okay, I don't know how long it's gonna last, because I do feel like Usli is low-key holding a grudge. I feel like Nonku is somebody that when she's apologized, but I feel like if Jojo comes back, then it's gonna be different. Okay, Usli on the other side, she feels like a type to me that holds a grudge. Okay, she might still want to get back on Nonku for everything that she's done. Okay, now they're having dinner. I think this is supposed to be the last dinner with everybody, and now preparing to go home. Remember, the host is not even there. Okay, and yeah, I think Sorisha mentioned she called Vivian about the fact that the host of the trip had gone. Vivian was like, no, just stay there and spend a few days with your friends and come back when everybody is coming back, you know. I guess maybe everybody was now considering leaving early because the host of the event had left. Now I'm like, why are you acting like she's the real host? The producers are the hosts of the event. Okay, just stay. All right. So they're having dinner, and then Nonku is talking about the fact that when the Jojo night was the saddest night of her whole entire. That day was the saddest day of her whole entire life. Okay, I'm guessing that nobody has ever passed away in Nonku's life. If Jojo getting upset like that was the saddest day of her life, I guess she's never gone through a breakup. I guess Nonku has never gone through a divorce. You know, I'm like, hey boo, the saddest day of your life, are you for real? Even the other women are like, Nonku, you are the saddest day of your life just because your friend was crying there. Okay, she says that she feels alone and whatever. Guys, I felt like Nonku just needed to pick herself up and be like, okay, my friend is gone, let me move on with life, you know, and stop with the feeling sorry for her, because nobody in that group, nobody's gonna feel sorry for her except for you and maybe, you know. Everybody was like, we are done with Jojo, and anybody that defends Jojo, we are done with them too. So that's what they were up to here, you know. So now with her coming and defending Jojo and then feeling sorry for herself and expecting people to feel sorry for her, they were just not having it. Okay, the way that Nonku was defending Jojo, at some point I was like, Ntombazane, mhlambe fanele sokuphalazisa. I was like, Pela, it can't be good. Everything that Jojo did, nothing was wrong there. I don't get it, you guys. I don't get it. It can't be that nothing was wrong with what Jojo did to in Nonku's eyes. There must be something that you can say was wrong, okay? And is like, listen, for me, we are not friends with Jojo until she apologizes to me and takes some accountability for her behavior, okay? And anyway, then they start to talk about then they start to talk about the Sane issue, okay? Because Sane was sitting there, you know, chilling with everybody, and it was mostly Eni speaking to Lokuzana, to Nonku, okay? And then she shifts a conversation to a conversation yoguti let me start again, okay? Nonku was trying to address her issue with Eni, okay? Listen, I was gonna call you aside and talk to you. You know why she's doing that? That is because she is realizing she needs friends on the show. Not only does she need to sleep, if that friendship doesn't work out, someone else has to be on her side. So after the whole 8 episodes, now she's feeling like she wants to address what happened with Eni. So then she started talking about what happened and all of that, and then Eni started saying, no, but I want to know what were you guys saying in that sit down with Usane, not Jojo, because now I'm finding out that those words that were said came from Jojo, not Usane. Obviously tells Usane to say, Sane, that's not what Jojo never said that about Eni. Sane is like, listen, for me it's settled. I've spoken to Sorisha and explained what happened. Eni is talking to you. She's asking question. Kuena pendulu Jojo mina. I'm staying out of trouble this time, okay? And like I explained in my other video, I feel like Eni, her issue is that Nonku, not Jojo, were the ones that were supposed to be her friends, more Jojo, but they were sitting there with someone that she didn't know, so she's more upset with them than Usane, okay? And she's trying to address that issue with Nonku. Nonku is shifting the issue to Usane, you know. That is when Usane and I hit the table. I was like, Sane, don't do it. I was like, don't do it. You are a black woman. Privilege don't come aside, because I feel like if she does what Jojo did, Usane should be off the show. They won't even negotiate anything. She'll be off the show. We know this is real life, guys. This is how real life works, okay? Be prepared. If you are a young black woman, be prepared, okay? It might not be fair, but that's how it happens, okay? So she was, because now that the whole thing is directed at her, Usane, so she hits the table. I was scared. I was like, I hope she doesn't do what Jojo did. She says, no, I will not be getting involved. Eni is talking to you, Nonku. No, Eni is talking to address Eni. Don't shift izinto to me, okay? And then everybody is shocked, okay? That's why I'm saying Usane seems to be able to express herself when she's being combative, like, but when it's a calm conversation and everybody is sitting there trying to listen to what she has to say, she struggles, you know. It's like she's not able to express herself when she's fighting, which is not good, because it's like, why can't you say that in a calm environment when we are giving you a platform to speak, okay? So you guys, it ends up with Nonku shocked, okay, because she was trying to shift everything to Usane. I still think Usane at some point needs to take accountability for what she said. First, she needs to say, Eni, I did say it, okay? And then she needs to say, I am sorry that I said it, okay? She needs to take account, own it, like Lisa Rena would say, own it, okay? There is a viewer that actually said that in my comment section, that she needs to start acting like Lisa Rena Usane, Shilo into, then own it and say we shilo, and then deal with the consequences of that, okay? Anyway, you guys, that was the episode for today. I was heated by the Jojo situation, you guys, because it's very triggering, you guys, and I already know that they are not going to treat it in a way that they should treat it. That woman should not shoot until she takes some accountability for the things that she has said and done, okay? Just like everybody else needs to do that when they do something like that, but I doubt that they are going to make sure that that happens, okay? Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This was part 2 of the review. I hope you enjoyed enjoyed it. Please like the video before uphume, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginithanda kakhulu.